Hello and welcome back. Alright, into the elevator. Haunting. Initiation 3.
Alice's photo equipment, set to go off when the door opens.
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice! Alice.
Pick photos for exhibition posters.
This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
That's where it came from. Swirl, huh?
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before.
Oh. Wonder what that means. Camcorder. Video art. Dock on screens. Multi. Focal point of the dark place. So if the dark place is tying in reality, like more of a reality, does that mean she's been trying to document it? Been trying to do something? So they changed how his place is since he said that was his study. Because yeah, the other one was a bit smaller, or at least had. Cause yeah, in the original, this was like the main door. So I don't know why he has like a fancy place, but then again, if he's a hit writer, he should. They usually get some better living area kind of thing. big ass bedroom. And their bedroom was like smaller with a bathroom attached to it. Where is the bathroom? They're doing the projection thing, so it's like, where's the TV? Yeah, where is the bathroom? Is this still your place, or are you just thinking it's your place? Part 1. I'll grab that later. Oh, did he put anything up here? Oh. The art of Alice Wake. Parliament Tower had manifested itself here, my home in New York. Full of trepidation, I went there. I was close to home, but in the dark place, still reaching, not quite touching. The apartment, a perfect echo of the real thing. I could sense Alice there. There were photos of Scratch haunting her, trying to get to her. He was ahead of me. I had to find a way to get home before he got to Alice. Home, not home. Alice in danger. Beware Scratch. So yeah, they changed up the apartment. Which is fine, I get it. It just those red lights. From the skyscrapers, I assume. Alright, let's check out this camera.
Alice's video camera. No memory card inside.
Locate the memory card. I need to remember, like, to just wait. Because I keep thinking they're just gonna say it once, not twice. And I don't like talking over, you know, dialogue or... Unless I've played the game already. Sort of thing. Is that concha? Or... I don't think it's a concha. Yeah, it's more like powdered sugar there instead of like... Oh, where's the candles? Oh, I see some candles there. Okay, let's get this memory card ready. Oops. Art Deco. Journal.
Part 1. What was Alice working on?
Use a memory card with the video camera.
I couldn't add a new element from here. I'd have to go to the scene.
Memory card. Memory card from Alice's video camera.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money. He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do, too, sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
Are you gonna move? Oh, it's that thing. Okay. Anything else I gotta look up?
The door was locked.
She was working on the exhibition titled The Dark Place. The name was not a coincidence. She was in trouble, mired in darkness. And maybe she could be in such a dark room when she was recording that. Isn't that like too dark for someone who has a phobia of the dark kind of thing? Or is just one source of light good enough kind of thing? I wouldn't know. Yeah, these are like too dim. But it has a cool design. Um, One last check. Okay.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. Some say that it lives forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it lives forever, this road. I can see you there, but you don't see me anywhere. I'm right in front of you, I'm right here on this winding road. What are you looking at? Is it your face on a pane of glass? 'Cause somehow this window becomes a trap on this winding road. Will it ever let me go? Forever I am fading to black. Forever I am circling back, just to fall into this trap, this winding road.
Okay, so that explains the mind-eye thing. Alright, let's see what happens.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people,
Yeah.
making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time it...
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away. Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Mr. Wake. Alan. We've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the Dark Place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
It's insane. And there's so much of it.
Heard of the Cult of the Tree.
Have you ever heard of the Cult of the Tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness. Possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
Cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
Are they working with Scratch?
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something? Wake has more information. I need to keep questioning him.
%100% beef. Can't see the name. Is that Doors Burgers? Is that what I'm reading? I can't really see it. It looks like door, but it could be like something else. Alan Wake interview.
Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
Can't say I understand all this, but if Wake is telling the truth, then his magic light switch is the most tangible lead. Let's start there. Where is the clicker? Wake, the cult of the tree, is in possession of the clicker. I was already looking into the cult. 2 birds, 1 stone.
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
More mess. Cult and the clicker.
Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker.
Scratch.
Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake.
Scratch and Wake.
Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa.
Hiding pages.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them. Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon.
So was that the one he was holding?
Standing inside the trailer at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. Her mind reeled from what the horror story was now claiming about her, her life, her past. She didn't accept it. She stepped out of the trailer. She needed air, but she wasn't alone. A cultist stared at her from behind a deer mask. She drew her weapon, shouted, ran after him.
Standing inside a trailer at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time.
The Cult of the Tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
Where is a clicker? Wake's clicker in cult possession, somewhere in Watery trailer. Significant somehow? A trailer near Watery, huh? Good place to start. The cult should be followers of Scratch. Oh, the cult could be followers of Scratch. They have the clicker after all.
Nope.
Cult working for, with someone. Why work for Scratch? What does the cult get out of it?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
The story.
The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Wake. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
Wake wrote a book in the dark place called Return. Scratch edited it into a horror story. The story's events are slowly coming true. Okay, so how did Scratch get the pages? And I thought he was sent out after Wake came back in to the dark place, so I don't know. Wake was trapped in the dark place for 13 years. How does story change reality? Rules. The dark place. Wake was in another world that entire time. There is an entity inside the dark place called the Dark Presence. According to Wake, the Dark Presence can sometimes take his appearance. How? Why? Flashlight seems to weaken Taken. Light and the Dark Presence. It would make sense that light is effective against the Dark Presence too. Inside a bright light, Saga felt safe, like nothing could hurt her here. Well-lit areas are safe from the Dark Presence and the Taken. Wake, Scratch, and the Dark Presence are interchangeable. When the Dark Presence looks like Wake, it goes by the name Scratch. An evil twin is a bit convenient. I'll keep an eye on it.
He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
Wake in the form of Scratch, the Dark Presence is editing Wake's story. Wants to turn the world into a fucking nightmare. Okay, well, obviously I can't let that happen. Wake, the story changes our reality bit by bit. The process is gradual. That means the effect isn't immediate. There's still time to fix this.
Last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded.
But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people.
Wake, fiction coming into contact with the dark place has the power to change reality. So whatever you write in a dark place becomes reality. It can't be that simple.
Fiction coming in contact with the dark place can change reality. The story is coming true.
Like if we don't stop it, Scratch will use the story to permanently change reality at the start of Deerfest. How to stop the story. That only gives us 2 days to stop this.
Turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
Wake must get the clicker before Scratch. With it, the story can be changed and Scratch will be sent back to the dark place. Magic light switch. Where do I even start with that?
Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen.
Some other strange reality. The dark place emerged with ours. This place and the dark place. The page called this an area and overlap. The overlap. The page describes the overlap being related to the dark place where Wake was. I entered the Cauldron Lake overlap by reciting the poem. The poem was about a local legend, a witch's lost heart, about terror. How to enter.
It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
From now on, you can switch between Alan and Saga stories via the bucket and the janitor's break room. Feel free to play in whatever order you choose. Again with this. Alright, I'm gonna save it here. Thank you for watching.